Angeli G. Welcome back to my channel. For today, I'll be doing a New Year's Eve look. So I did like a sparkly lid with a peachy shadow, partnered with a classic red lip. O, diba? Rhyming word. But yeah, I'm doing this look and I'm using all of my favorite makeup products. Mostly the products that I mentioned on my yearly favorites. So yeah, if you want to know how to get this look, please keep on watching.
So I'll be doing a voiceover. Here I'm using a Milani Stay Put brow gel to fill in my brows. After using the gel, I used the Intuit eyebrow powder to fill in some of the sparse areas of my brows. And then I'll use a primer. I'm using the Touch in Soul No Poreblem primer. This is a new primer that I've been liking recently. For foundation, I'm using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear in the shade O-03, and I'm using damp sponge to apply it to my face, and I'm using the Morphe sponge. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is in the shade Neutralizer. This is my favorite concealer, guys, and I'm just using the same damp sponge to apply it to my face. After concealer, I go ahead with my favorite powder. This is to set my makeup, and I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and I just do a bit of baking on my under eye area, forehead, nose, and chin because that's the area where I oil up the most, sorry. And then I do bronzing, and I'm using the Kiko Milano bronzer. That's my favorite bronzer. And then I just bronze the outer areas of my face. To contour, I'm using the Bilena contour palette, and I use the first shade on the lower left corner of the palette. I use the brown shade to contour my face. After contour, I go ahead with blush and then highlight. For highlighter, I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold, and then I mix it up with the Vice highlighter in Splendid. I've been liking the Vice highlighter recently, so I'm mixing both. So here I'm just priming my lids, and I'm using the Laura Mercier powder to set my eye primer. So I'm using the ColourPop Dream Street palette, and I'm using the first two shades as my transition shade, and I just put it all over my crease. I'm adding the shade Potion just to give my transition shade a bit of a deeper color. Going into my Z palette, I'm mixing both Makeup Geek Country Girl and Makeup Geek Unexpected just to give a mauve shade to my lid. And then to add shimmer onto the center of my lid, I'm using Sweet Dreams from my Dream Street palette, and I just wet my brush to give full opacity and pigment to that shade. I make sure to pat the brush onto my lid to avoid fallout, and at the same time to make sure that it will really stick to my lid. And don't forget to blend to make sure that there are no harsh edges. To deepen my outer lid, I'm using the shade Elfish and just apply it just on the outer area of my lid just to give like a smoky effect. I'm using the Stila eyeliner to line my lid, and then I'm also using falsies for this look. Yay! I have my falsies on already. So after that is that I curl my lash and then put on mascara so that they look like they're together. They're in one. Going back to my Dream Street palette, I just used the same colors that I used on my upper lid to my lower lid and to smoke out my lower lash line just so it looks cohesive. Just using a small smudger brush with this one. For that unnecessary intermission number, do any of you do that? Like you dance or sing while you do your makeup? Or ako lang? Please let me know. So don't forget to contour your nose, guys. And then for setting spray, I'm using two. One from Mario Badescu and one from Morphe, just to remove that powdery look. And for lipstick, I'm using Maybelline Noir Red. GGSS in 1, 2, 3, go!